Hi there, this is Vahid from VRF Education channel and welcome to the fourth session of creating chat application using Qt framework. In this session, we are going to see how we can change the default receiver of text messages. By default, when we send a text message from client, it sends to the server and we just see it inside a tab related to that client in the server application. But today, we are going to add two options to our client applications. First, we can send a text message to all other clients, and then we can select an individual client and send message to that client. It seems somehow we have a peer-to-peer chats, but it's gonna go through the server to that client. In addition to this, I'm gonna add another option to our server application, and you're able to close a tab for our client's chat. So when you close it, client will be disconnected from the server. Now let's see how this is gonna work. So here I just ran 4 different client applications with one server. So here I'm gonna press connect action from first client. So you can see we have a tab here just as we did before with the close button. This is new, and also we have a combo box here. When I connect to a server, I can choose server as the destination or the receiver of text messages, or I can choose all. Because we don't have any other clients right now, we didn't see any other clients here. But what if I connect the second client? So second client connected here again, and here you can see I have client 2, the name that server assigned to each client when it's connected. We have client 2 here, and on the client 2 we have client 1, so we can send a message from client 1 to client 2 or client 2 to client 1. What if I connect client 3? So here we just have other clients. Client 3 appeared here, and also here we have client 1 and 3, and here we have client 1 and 2. So let's get out of the screen. Let's grab it a little bit higher. And when I connect the fourth client, you can see here we have client 2, 3, 4. Here we have 1, 3, 4. Here we have 1, 2, 4, and for this one we have 1, 2, 3. That's it. So let's send a message from client 1 to server 1, 2, 3. So this is just as we did before. Message appeared inside the server application and the related tab to client 1. But what if I choose all? I'm gonna send a message to all other clients. I'm gonna say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if I press send, you can see this message received inside the server and also other clients 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this one. And also I can choose a specific client. I want to send message from client 1 to client 3. QAZ, this is the message. So if I press send, you can see here client 3 just received the message, not the server, and the other clients also didn't receive this message because it's sent directly for client 3 through the server bot. And also you can send message from client 2 to client 4, for example, 222, send it. So we have the message here inside the client 4, and also from client 4 to client 1. You can choose any client 1 through 3. That's it. So here we have client 4 message here, and also we can just attach the client name that send the message here to this text, but for now we didn't add it right now. So this is the way that we can send messages through the clients. And also if you change the name, for example, I'm gonna set the name for this one to Vahid. So here the tab title change, and also inside all these combo boxes, the client one changed to Vahid. So this one also changed to Vahid, and this one. So let's choose Vahid here, and I'm gonna send for example welcome from client 3 to client 1, or the new name is Vahid. So you can see the name also applied here. We have welcome message here. And also if I just close client 2, you can see client disconnected, we also disabled anything on the window for client 2. And if you open the comment box, you couldn't see client 2 anymore. Here, here, and here. We didn't have client 2 anymore. So this is all the functionalities that we're going to see how we can add them to our previous client and server application. I also add these changes to our GitHub repository so we can download it and see the changes. And I'm going to show you how you can apply these changes step by step in this tutorial. Okay, let's go to Create Creator, and this time I'm going to start with server application. So yeah, just like previous sessions, I'm going to start with chat protocol. Here is the place that we are going to define the type of message that we are going to transfer between our server and client. So this time I'm going to change it in a way that every time a new client connected to the server, first I'm going to send other client's name to that client, also with its name, the name that server created for this client by default, client 1, 2, 3, 4, and etc. And after that, after that, I'm going to send the name of this client, the new client, to the other client. So we need two types of message here. And whenever a client is connected, I'm going to inform other client that this client with this name disconnected, remove it from your destination list. And also, when a client change its name, again, I'm going to inform or notify the other clients that this client with this previous name changed to this new name. So let's add these options. I'm going to create a client's name. It's for when a client changed its name. Connection ACK is the message that used when a client connected to the server, and server gonna respond to the client with this message type, and this message contains a name for the client and the list of other clients' name. New client, it's also for other clients on a new client connection. We are going to inform them that a new client with this name connected to the server. And the last one, disconnected. Client disconnected. So that's it. And also let's create a couple of messages, a couple of methods to create those messages. I'm gonna use this one. So here we are going to say set client name message. It's gonna receive a previous name, and string new name, the current name. And then next one is set connection ACK message. Here we're gonna say the client's name or the name, and string list other clients. And after that we need two other methods for new client, name, and this one client disconnected, and this one also is client's name. Let's add the body for all of these methods. For these two, with just one string parameter, we can use a get data method just like these ones. So let's implement them. This one and this one. Here we are gonna say it's new client message. Parameter is client's name, and this one is client disconnected message, and this is the parameter. For these two, we need to override it something like this method, and also we can change the get data method to receive an arbitrary list of parameters. Maybe I'm gonna do this in refactoring phase. but for right now I'm going to implement them directly. So we have a byte array, a data stream, and here I'm going to say this is first client's name message, client name message, and then I'm going to pass previous name. After that I'm going to say the new name or name. And also for this one, again, I'm going to say this is connection ACK message. This is client's name. Maybe we are not going to use them inside the client. Okay, let's add it. Maybe we use it in future. And after that, I'm going to just pass the other client's name. It's a QString list, and it's going to add it automatically to our byte array. This is the beauty of using QDataStream, instead of directly adding items to our byte array. So these are the methods. Now, I'm going to, and also we need to do a minor change here in text message. Whenever I want to send text message, especially in clients, I'm going to change it in a way that in addition to message, we should receive the receiver of the message. Let's also implement it here. Maybe we're going to use it string sometimes in future. Receiver. This can be server, all, or a specific client, individual client. And let's go to its implementation. Here, instead of get data, again, we need to implement it something like this. We are going to send a text message. First, we have two parameters here, message and the receiver. So I'm gonna send receiver first, and after that, the message. And that's it. So let's go to this part, load data. So in load data, we need to do a couple of things. Whenever we receive a text message in the server, we should check the receiver or destination of the message. So if it is something rather than server, we need to pass it through the client's instance inside the ServerManager. So this time I'm going to create a string method, a string field here. I'm going to move it down. The name is underline or underscore receiver. And let's create a getter method for that. So inside here, I'm going to say first read the receiver, and after that read the message. And we don't need to do anything with those types inside the server. We need to handle these types inside the clients. And that's it for chat protocol. I think we don't need to do anything here. Yeah, let's build it to see if we have any errors or not. Oops, we have two errors. Text message, yeah, here. Inside the client manager, I can use this message, and the receiver from server right now, the receiver for this message could be the name method, the current name of the client. So that's it. And we can extend it in future if we want to send message for a couple of clients or all the clients in the server. We don't have such functionality right now, but maybe in future we'll add it to the project. So that's it. Now let's close all the thing. The next step is to do something inside the client manager. The next level is our client manager. Before getting into Client Manager, let's go to our main window and add the ability to close tabs related to each client. So if you remember from previous sessions, we don't have any option to close a client or disconnect a client from the server side. We're just able to close the connection from the client side. So for this purpose, I'm gonna set this property to true in our tab widget, tab closable. So right now, whenever I add a tab to this tab widget, there's a close button appeared near the text or inside the tab header. So how do I close this tab? Let's go to our slot. We have a slot named tab close requested. When a tab close requested emitted, inside the slot we're gonna receive the index of that tab. First, I'm gonna cast. I'm gonna cast the widget related to this index to our client chat widget, and then I'm gonna call a method named disconnect from this chat client widget, and then remove it from the tab widget. So let's see how we can do it. I'm gonna say auto chat widget, it's equal to UI.tb TB client chat dot widget. I'm gonna say give me the widget related to this index. Now I'm gonna convert it to a client chat widget, this one. Let's grab it, and I'm gonna say q object cast, q object cast, where is it, q object cast, this one, and cast it to an instance of client chat widget. And then I'm gonna say UI.tab client chat.remove this index. You should add this line of code to this slot to remove it from our UI. But before that, I'm gonna say chat widget dot, and I'm gonna call a method named disconnect. Disconnect. We already have a disconnect method that is for our QObject class, but I'm gonna define a method inside this chat widget named disconnect, and inside that I'm gonna call the disconnect from host from the client manager. So let's go to client chat widget. Here I'm gonna say go ahead and give me a disconnect method, and inside this method client chat widget, I'm gonna add the definition. I'm gonna say, hey client, I'm gonna call a method from you. It's disconnect from host. So we don't have this method, and we need to create. Let's copy this one and go to our ClientManager file. Inside the header, I'm gonna declare this method here right under the connect to server. And then here I'm gonna say socket dot disconnect from host. So using this option, we are able to disconnect a client from the server side. Now we should be ready to receive client disconnected on the server, and this time I'm gonna inform the other clients that one client disconnected, and this is the name of that client. I'm gonna talk about it very soon. So this is it. Now let's get back to our client manager and see what we're going to do. Inside client manager, we should do a couple of things here. When we receive a text message and also set name, we need to do a couple of things. First of all, let's get back to our server manager. Whenever a client connected to the server, we just here grab an ID for this client and attach the ID to that client instance. So I'm going to change it from a list to QMap. QMap of the key is QString, and that's the name of the client, and the value is QTCP cycle. So here, instead of adding the client, I'm gonna say get down here, oops, not this one, client underline client, no, not this one. After grabbing the ID here, we should change it to count. We don't have any length on QMap, we have count. This is the ID, and I'm gonna say auto client name equal to QString. The default name is client, a number inside it, inside the parentheses, using the arg, and I'm gonna pass the ID. So this is the ID of the client, and I'm gonna also set another client dot set property. The property is client's name, and the value is client's name. And finally, when everything done, I'm gonna add it to our client's map. The key is client's name, and then equals to client, the new client that connected. So here, if our ID is greater than 1, ID greater than 1, it means that there are some other clients currently connected to the server, and I need to pass the name of new connected client to them, and also list of currently connected clients to the new client. So I'm going to say auto message is equal to, let's bring chat protocol to this class also, chat protocol, and because we're going to use chat protocol in different parts of this application, it's better to make it a single tone. So we only have one instance throughout all our application, and it's somehow a utility class. Auto message, it's equal to protocol dot set connection ACK message. So what is the client's name? This is the name that server chose for our new client, and then I'm going to say clients dot keys. I'm going to pass keys of all the entries inside our map. So this is a list of to string. Let me close ILO. Stop it for 1 hour. So I'm going to pass a list of all the client's keys or names to the server, to the currently connected client. So I'm going to say client dot write client dot not client name, client dot write this message, and after that I'm going to create another message. The name is auto new client message. It's equal to, again, protocol dot set new client message, and the name of the new client is client's name. Go ahead and iterate over the client's map using for each loop, auto cl inside the clients, and then cl dot write new client message. That's it. Using this for loop, we're gonna inform other clients that a new client connected to the server. After that, inside the client disconnected, we need to do some extra activities. So here we cast the sender to a queue TCP socket. After that, I'm gonna say auto client name, it's equal to client dot property client's name. We already saved the name of the client inside its properties and cast it to a string. So we're gonna say client's map, client's map, remove an entry with the key of client's name, and then we're gonna iterate over the rest of clients, something like what we did above, auto cl inside clients, and we're gonna write some messages here. So what was that message? What's that message? It's something like this: message equal to, again, protocol dot set client disconnected, and this is the name of the client. Again, we're gonna inform client's name. We're gonna inform the rest of clients. So this the client with this name removed from or disconnected from the server, remove it from your destination combo box. Now let's get back one more time to our client manager. Here is we need to change this one a little bit, and also this one. When we receive the text message, we should read our message receiver. I'm gonna say we have another parameter, the name is receiver, and here alongside with the message I'm gonna call the protocol dot receiver. I'm gonna pass the receiver of the message. So inside our chat widget, we are looking that if the current receiver is server or all, we're going to add the message to our list box. And otherwise, we're going to pass it. If it's all or other client names, we're going to emit it to another level. So inside the main window, we're going to connect one signal to our slots, to our slot inside the main window, to inside the ServerManager. And here, I'm going to check for the previous name of the client and then pass it alongside with the name property. So I'm going to say auto prev name, it's equal to socket dot property client name, cast it to a string and to a string. And then I'm going to say underline socket dot sets property for client's name with this new name that stored inside the name function. And here for the name changed, I'm gonna say we have a prev name here, a prev name, and then we have the name. So this is prev name and then name. So it's gonna say we need to add a block here. So we are not going to jump over this local scope variable declaration and initialization. This is it. So let's get to our main window. To our main window here, when a new client connected, we need to make a couple of changes. First on what? And this one, client name change, client status is typing, and no, this is not the main window. We should go to client chat widget. This is it here. Inside it, we need to make change for these two, text message received and name changed. So here I'm gonna change the signature and receive the receiver apply the function signature, and also let's see what is it correct or not. Client name change, yeah, this is true. And let's also change this one. I'm gonna say we have a previous name here, qstring prev name, and we have new name also. Change it here, let's see, yeah. So that's it. Now inside the text message received, instead of directly adding to message to the list widget, we're gonna say if receiver equal to server or receiver equal to all. And it's better to cast it to a lower or upper version and then compare it with the server and all and the other string in a lower or upper case. But for now, I'm not gonna do this. And bring it here. If this message is specifically for server or all the clients, I'm gonna add it to our list widget inside the client chat widget. Otherwise, if we don't need else, if receiver is not server, I'm gonna emit a signal. The signal name is text for other clients, and I'm gonna pass the message itself, the receiver, and also the sender. So why should we need the sender? Because I'm gonna check if the sender I'm not gonna send this message for the sender, okay, because we are going to iterate over a client's map. So this is the client's name, and that's it. Let's also create this signal. Let's also copy this one. Void text for other clients, qstring message, qstring receiver, and QString sender. And also I'm gonna change this one and add priv name as a string here. Priv name here. That's it. So let's get to client chat widget CPP inside this method. I'm gonna say client name change. This is the previous name, and this is the new name. The name is new name. So that's it. Now let's go to main window. Inside the main window, when we receive client name change, we also need to change this set client's name signature. I'm gonna add priv name here again and apply the function signature. And after setting up the UI, I'm gonna say server dot notify other clients. I'm gonna add a method named notify other clients and pass these two names, priv name and the name. Let's declare this method, and I'm gonna add the body for the void. Let's grab the name and also change it to pointer. Void notify other clients and QString priv name and QString name. So I'm going to add the body to this method very soon. And after that, I'm gonna do what? Let's go to our client, not this one, client chat widget. I'm gonna create a slot for this signal inside the server manager. So here, inside the class, I need to define a public slots section and change it void on text for other message clients. Let's also grab the parameters. They are the same. Oops. Here is it. And I'm going to add the body to the server manager class. Now let's get back to main window. We need to notify other clients. Maybe something went wrong. No, that's true. Okay, that's okay. Let's build the application and see if, okay, that's true. Now let's get back here inside the new client connected. I'm gonna connect chat widget, and the signal is client chat widget text for other clients connected to server. This is not I'm gonna connect it directly to server slots, so I'm gonna use server and connect it to server manager colon on text for other clients. So that's it, we connected, and this is underline server, not server. Now let's get to these two methods inside the server manager class here. This one is a little bit easier, so I'm going to say auto message. I'm going to create a message using our protocol. So that's set client's name message, priv name, and the name. Create it for me, and using for each loop over our client's map, we need to check. First of all, I'm gonna grab the client's name from the CL property of client's name. Oops, that to a string. So this is the name for each client, and I'm gonna say if client's name is not the name that I sent, the new name, go ahead and cl.write message. So this is gonna send the client name changed message to all other clients. not the one that the name equals to client name that is saved already inside the property of the client. And this one, we need to have if and else. So if receiver equals to all, else it means that I'm going to send it to an individual client. I'm going to say auto message it's equal to protocol dot text message. The message is this one, and also the receiver, let's just use the receiver itself. Now I'm gonna move it above the if. So this is a message and I'm gonna send it. When we are inside the all section, I'm gonna say, what is it? Say auto message redefinition. Yeah, this is, let's change it to MSG. We have a message here and we need to change it. So again, I'm gonna grab this one and paste it here. Every time I'm gonna get the client name from the client, and what's happened, I'm gonna grab all this. Oops. So this one, and I'm gonna say every time grab the name of the client. If it is not the sender of the message, go ahead and write the message for, write the MSG in fact for that client. So this is it. And then inside the else, we need to change it a little bit. I'm gonna say go ahead and use this for loop again. This time if the client name equals to receiver, it means that I'm gonna send this message specifically for this receiver, and after sending it, call return. We don't need to iterate over the other clients. Let's build the application. So this is all we need to change or add inside our server application. Now we need to go to client part. We need to do a lot of coding there also. So this is it, and we just successfully build the server. So I'm gonna close all these applications, we don't need them anymore, and get to our clients. Inside client application, we're gonna again start from chat protocol. So we need to add those items here. Let's grab them from the server. They should be in the same order, and these are our newly message type that added to the server. So I don't need to have those set messages anymore, but I'm gonna change the text message. This is also the same as the server, so we need to change it something like this. Add the receiver also to the text message preparation method, and I'm going to change it. We have a byte array and the type is text. Here we have receiver and here we have message. So we don't need to prepare those connection AC call, new client name change, and also client disconnected, because these should be placed inside the server part. Now let's get to our load data. Here inside text message, we need to first read the receiver. So I'm gonna create a variable named underline receiver, okay, and let's also add the getter method for this one. So here I'm gonna say first read the receiver method and then read the message, and we don't need to do anything with the other parts. And after send file, I'm gonna add case for all those 4 elements, because we're gonna receive messages for these types inside the client. So I'm gonna paste them here, and I'm gonna add case before them, and at the end I'm gonna add a colon. So for clients, for new clients and client disconnected, the situation is the same, so we add them both together, and after that we just need to put a break for these two. And also let's add break for this one. I forget to add the here. So client is connected. But so whenever we receive these two messages, we need to read the client's name. And for this one, client's name, we need to read the previous name and also the new name. And for connection ASICA, it's connection ASICA, we need to change it. Yeah, these two are together. And on connection ASICA, I'm gonna read first the name of the client. Maybe we don't use it inside the client, but I passed it. And also the other client's name. So I'm gonna declare a couple of string fields here. First, QString. This should be string, not a status. QString underline client's name. QString underline previous name. QString list underline client's name, and QString my name, current name. Let's also add the header for this one. We need to add it manually. Oops. QString list. So here we are. Now inside this part, in the client's name, I'm going to say in, go ahead and retrieve name, and then client's name, the new name, client name. Inside these two cases, we need to just read client's name. And here I'm going to say in my name and client's name. Read all those names for other clients and put it inside this list. And then we don't need to have anything inside the chat protocol. So this is the chat protocol. We need to go one level up inside the client manager. Here we have a sent message. So inside it we called text message of our protocol. So we need to receive the receiver, or add the receiver inside the signature of the function or method, and then add it here also, pass it to our protocol. This is the receiver. And after that we need to what? We need to add cases for those 4 new message types, and we need to declare 4 new signals to inform our main window about the changes happened or the messages received. Okay. And here, because we don't need to do anything for our text, because when we receive the message, this is for me or for all other clients. We just received it, and I'm going to pass it without considering the receiver of the message. So that's it. That's enough. And let's get back to our header file. Oops, not. I run it. Inside this part, I'm gonna create 4 different. Okay, that's it. Connection, ASICA, my name and QString list. But then client's name. Next method is new client connected to server name, and I'm going to say void client name changed. This is the previous name, and this is the new name. And also client disconnected. Client disconnected again. This is the name of the client. So that's it. We can also change them to have client's name in order to be the same as my other video in Persian, because I'm gonna load them. I'm gonna add this code base into a repository, so they should be the same. This is it. Now here I'm gonna do what? I'm gonna create a couple of cases here. 1, 2, 3, 4 case chat protocol colon something, and then colon for that. After that I'm gonna emit something, and after that I'm gonna call break. So this is it. Now let's start from the beginning. It's connection ASIC. I'm gonna call connection ASIC signal connection ASIC protocol dot my name protocol dot, let's see if we created my name getter method or not. Receiver, yeah, we forget to create getter for these fields, and this one also getter method, and this one, and finally this. So that's close the chat protocol. Protocol dot, maybe we need to wait a little. So that's my name, and after that I'm going to say protocol dot, protocol dot client's name, not client name. Inside the next one, this should be new client connected. So I'm going to say new client connected to server, and protocol, this one, client's name. This is the name of new client, and this one is client disconnected. So we're going to say emit client disconnected. Client disconnected. Again, the name is inside the client's name. And finally, for new client name changed, client name, or that's it, client name change. I'm going to say emit client's name changed, client name change, and pass protocol dot priv name alongside with protocol dot client's name, protocol dot client's name. Pass these two to inform our UI how to change the name inside our destination complex. So we don't need to have any changes here. Yeah, that's true. So let's close this part and go to our main window. This is where we need to add a couple of things here. First thing first, whenever I clicked on Action Connect, it's gonna create a new instance of ClientManager, and we have other client in the background. So I changed it in our FAQ sessions, and I forgot to push it to our repository. So let's grab all of these methods here and extract a function, named it setup client. It's a private method. So this is our setup client, and I'm going to call it inside our constructor, not on action for connecting to the server. So whenever we disconnected, I'm sorry, without need to create a new client or make connection between some signals and that, we can just click on this button. This is somehow better, but we can also change it in a way that for lazy loading, instead of creating at the beginning of the application, we can just postpone it until the first usage of our client manager instance here. So this is just good for this application, I think. Now I'm gonna change a couple of things here. Let's grab something from our client manager. I'm gonna grab these 4 signals and paste them inside the main window in the public or private slot section. Yeah, We want to do something locally, and I'm gonna add on here, and then I think we can press Ctrl U, no, to make them uppercase. Let's see, what was that? Okay, do we have anything to, oh, Alt Shift U, that's okay. So I'm gonna again select them, Alt Shift U, okay, they are casted to uppercase, and let's add some body for them. And also we need to connect them inside this setup client. So inside the setup client, I'm gonna copy one of them and paste it a couple of times, duplicate a couple of times, 4 times. So this is his text message, not for text message, we don't need to have it. It's connection ACK, on connection ACK, and this one is new client connected to server, and this one on new client connected to server. Oops, something happened. This one is client disconnected, on client disconnected, or it's better to say client disconnected from server, because it's how somehow ambiguous between this client is connected or other client is connected. So, and this one is new client's name, client name changed, on client's name changed. So we connected the signals for these new types successfully. Now we need to get back to our UI. If you press Shift and F4, you can simply switch between UI file and CPP file. So I'm gonna break the layout and add. Let's copy this one here, and I need a combo box. Where's combo box? Yeah, that's it. So this is destination, and this is CMB destination. I'm gonna add server and all by default. Now let's also break this one. I'm gonna use grid layout. It's better to use grid layout for these items. So that's okay, and put them vertically on top of each other. So this is how our UI gonna looks like. Let's also make it, use this one to adjust the layout. That's better. Now inside the connection ACK, on connection ACK, we're gonna receive a list of other clients. So first I'm gonna clear UI.cmb destination.clear. I'm gonna remove everything inside the combo box, and I'm gonna iterate over the client's name released auto client inside the client's name, and add it to our CMB destination. Add item, this client, this is the name of client. So what about server and all? We didn't send it from the server, and we don't have it inside our UI after clear the CMB destination. So I'm gonna add them locally to our client's name dot prepend, add it to the first of the list all, and then I'm gonna duplicate it and add server. So using this way, server is the first element in the list, and then all, and then other clients. So we don't need to have anything. Let's also say set window title with my name. Okay. And when we just receive a new client connected, we just need to UI that CMB destination dot add item, this client's name. We need to add it to our server. Let's also rename it. I don't know why. Ctrl Shift R doesn't work. Let's build the application, and after that I'm gonna do this. Now, when a client is connected from server, we need to iterate over all the items inside the CMB destination combo box and check if the text is equal to the name that we received here. Client is connected. Change it to this. Remove it from the list. So I'm gonna say for I equals 0 to UI.cmb destination.count. Go ahead and if UI.cmb destination.item text of index I equals to name, go ahead and call UI.cmb destination.remove item and pass the index, and after that return. We don't need to iterate over its client's name, not name, and that's it. So we need to do the same thing for on client's name change, but here we need to check for some client name equal to prev name, previous name, and then instead of remove it, I'm gonna call set item text. For this index, choose this client's name, and let's build the application, check for possible errors. We are waiting. Seems that we have 2 errors here. Send message inside the main window. Yeah, we have to set the receiver, and the receiver is UI.cmb destination.current text. Let's see if it works. Yeah, here we have the receiver. Yeah, that's okay. Let's build it one more time. So we have some other errors. It says that status does not type. Oh, we forget to change the return type of QString, our getter method, and also apply the function. Build it one more time. So that's okay. Now let's run the application and see if it works or not. So I'm gonna run a couple of clients, 3 clients. Let's run the server and then align them. Where's the server application? This is client, this is the server, run it. So I hope we don't have any logical errors here, because I don't want to look for bugs. This session is getting a little bit long, and I'm so hungry right now. So this is client 2. Let's change their position, and also looking for client 1. This is our first client. So I'm going to connect to the client, to the server. So here we have client 1 tab. Let's close it. Yeah, everything is work, and that's good. That's good. Let's run connect it one more time. Now I'm going to connect from the second client. So client 2 also connected, and we have client 2 here and client 1 here. That's good. And also I'm going to connect from the third client. Again, we have client 1 and 2, client 1 and 3 here, and here we have client 2 and 3. So I'm going to send a message for the server only, 111. So we received it here. Now I'm going to send a message for all clients, 1, 2, 3, send. So we can see server received the message, client 2 and client 3 also received the message. And what if I choose client 2? Here, I'm going to send message for client 2, 1122. Only client 2 received it, and here I added as a send item. From client to client 3, 2233. So that's it, we received it here. And from here to client 1, I'm gonna send what? 3311. So we received the message also here. And because these messages are for individual clients, I'm not gonna show them inside the server as we code it. Now let's change the name for the client 1 to Wahid, see what's happened. So the name here changed, and also here in the combo box we changed the name to Wahid, and also here I'm gonna choose Wahid, and let's see if it's work or not. 1, 2, 3, I'm a little bit stressed out. Yeah, it works. That's good. And also if I disconnect client 2, this client disabled, and here we don't have client 2 option anymore. And here we don't have client 2. And if I press or send something for all other clients, you can see it, client 2, nothing's happened, but here we received that messages. This background color is very bad. I think we forget to change it when I changed the operating system theme to dark. So this is it. This is the way that we can send message for all clients or individual clients, and also change the status and change the name of the clients and see the result inside the other clients also. I hope you enjoyed the content of this session, and in next sessions I'm going to talk about how we can send large files over TCP and showing progress bar inside the server maybe. And after that, maybe I try to create a chat room inside the server so all the clients could be connected to a chat room and send a message there. These are my future plans. So till next sessions, goodbye.